Hello people, welcome back to Beauty Jam. Today I'm going to be doing another album review. Now this album I had been waiting for since it was announced. It was quite, for me anyway, it was quite a shock because she'd only just released an album like literally 3 months or something like that, and I was thinking, huh? But I'll talk about more at the end about that, but I'm actually glad that it happened that way. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about Thank You Next, Ariana Grande. Now, as you know, I am a little bit late once again, but I do like to live with songs before I fully review them, because I think sometimes on your first initial listen you can be like, nah, and then you can listen to it again and again and you think, actually, I like this song now, and I don't want to do a review and maybe like I didn't like that song and then a couple of months later me be bopping to it, you know? Also, I should actually mention that there's not going to be any music because I can't be dealing with copyright, I can't be dealing with it. First song. The first song is called Imagine. Now, she already released this as a single, so I did already like this song. I don't think it was a strong opener as her others. Ariana Grande is always known for her intros, like her 30-second, 40-second intros, and I do quite like them, but this wasn't. This was a full song, and I thought, okay, we're going to open with this. Alright, it's a good song, I liked it, it's nice, smooth to kind of get you into the flow, let's say, of the album, and setting you up for what the album perhaps is going to be about. The song itself is imagining a world that possibly doesn't exist or might possibly one day exist. That's how I read it anyway, because she was saying imagine a world like that, and I just thought, yeah, it was just a nice song. That led nicely into Needy, which kind of linked with, she was saying imagine a world like that, and then she was saying how needy she was, so perhaps that's why that world, imagination world, doesn't exist, is because she's too needy. I don't know, but some of the lyrics in Needy were very true to home. I think she says, she has one verse where she's like, sorry for this, sorry for that, and then she ends it with, and sorry if I say sorry way too much, and I thought that's a really nice touch, because sometimes you do feel that way. You feel like just apologising for all these things that are natural, you know, you feel like, sometimes you feel like apologising for your emotions, and it's like, you know, it's awkward that way, so I'm glad that she put that in the verse. And she was honest. I don't know whether she was talking about her own experience where she's been needy and she was, you know, talking from a life perspective, but if she was, then great for letting that out there and talking about, you know, life. That's what I like, songs that talk about life, you know, and I liked it. I did think it was a bit slow, but like I say, it was coming off Imagine, so it makes sense to kind of flow into that one. Number 3, NASA. Now, I have lived with this song for a while, and I have listened to it every time I've listened to the album. It just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't do it. I like the message, you know, like saying if I want to give you the world, then I need space, you know, and saying that you don't always have to be with someone, because I do think that society in general, especially when you're like, once you reach a certain age, I don't know what age that would be, but I've started noticing it more like 18, 19, but for other people it could be different. But once you reach a certain age, if you're not in a relationship, you seem to be kind of like, you know, like you're a bit of a weirdo, you know, because you're not in a relationship, and that's so far from the truth. Like, you don't have to be in a relationship to be someone. You can be single and still be someone and be yourself. Or you can be in a relationship but just say, you know what, I need my space, you know, I want to go and just have some time alone, you know, and that's perfectly fine. Like, you don't have to be together 24/7, and you don't have to feel that if you are single, you don't have to feel like you need to be in a relationship to be taken seriously, do you know what I mean? Because I did actually start feeling like that earlier, like 18, 19, I started feeling like, you know, like there's that one song, I don't know who sings it, it might be the Beatles, to be honest, you're not someone until someone loves you, or something like that. And I heard that song and it just hit me, and I remember going to my room and crying, because not because I wasn't in a relationship, but just because it just felt like everything was kind of centered around that. And I'm so glad that I got out of the mindset and developed self-love rather than depending on somebody else. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I loved the message, but I just didn't, I don't know, I can't get to it. I can't. But I did love the message. 4, Bloodline. Now that I could get down to. That was a nice bop. I didn't really understand the lyrics. I don't want you in my bloodline. I don't know what she's talking about. Is she talking about her family, as in somebody who is in her bloodline but she doesn't want them to be? Or is she talking about like a boyfriend who, I don't want you to be in my bloodline but I want to be with you? Like, I don't get the message of that song. But I did like the bop to it. I like the little snippet in the beginning that she used. Oh yes, I loved that. 5, Fake Smile. This is definitely got to be one of my favourites on the album, just purely again for being honest. It's just honest, you know, like I can't fake it, I can't. And she goes on, like she opens it with that she's at a party and there's people talking to her and she's got to leave because I can't do this, I can't be fake, I can't say that I'm okay, and blah blah blah. And I like that, because I've been in that situation so many times myself, not at parties, but you know, I've been in that situation where it's like, you know, I can't fake this anymore, you know, I can't. So I need to leave. I need to remove myself from this situation because I can't fake it. I can't. So that hit home as well, and I liked that one. I think Fake Smile and Needy kind of went well together, because sometimes with anxiety it does create situations where you feel needy because of your anxiety, but you also can't fake it. Oh, it's so confusing, but I loved it. I loved Fake Smile. Definitely. Number 6, Bad Idea. I couldn't really get down to that one either. Again, I don't really know what she's talking about, because I thought this album was going to be from like Imagine and then Needy and then definitely the message of NASA. I thought, okay, we're having an album that's about being single and being like, I don't know how to put it, but like being, you know, strong woman type thing. That's what I thought we were getting. But then, I don't know, Bad Idea just seems to be like, I don't know what to say about that song, but I just know that it's a skip for me. Bad Idea is always skipped now. And number 7, Makeup. That one's also a skip for me. Again, I didn't really understand it. I do get that, I'm not dumb, right? I get what the songs are about, but I don't get how they fit into the album. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a skip for me as well. Makeup. I did like the play on words though, like makeup as in face and makeup as in makeup with someone. So yeah, I did like that play on words. That was clever. Actually, let me tell you, it's not a secret, but let me tell you something. When I read the track list and I saw Makeup, I was like, oh no. I actually thought it. I thought to myself, oh no, we're going to have another stupid girly song about putting makeup on. I actually thought that. I forgot what song I was thinking of that I thought it was going to be like. But I did. I thought we're going to have another silly girl song that's about putting your makeup on. And it actually wasn't that. So I will actually say that, like, my first initial reaction to that title name song was totally different than what I was expecting. So I will say that. Number 8, Ghosting. Again, this is another favourite. This goes along kind of with Fake Smile. It's just, I can't do it, you know. I do think that she was on about real life with ghosting, with the whole Mac Miller thing and Pete. What did I say in Sweetener? You go back to my Sweetener review and I said that she named a song Pete Davidson, and they probably, you know, like, it's a silly move. Well, I thought it was a silly move, but you know. But I do think that this ghosting was about both of them. I think it was about Mac because of, you know, how she was crying and blah blah blah, but it's also about Pete because she was saying that you've been really good. So it was kind of about both of them, and that was definitely real life, definitely. And I liked it. Because when I first saw that title, I thought, oh, it's going to be about like ghosting some of your friends or whatever because they're no good for you. But it actually wasn't. It was totally opposite. Again, the titles, I was thinking on a totally different line than what the song actually was. But I liked it. Number 9, In My Head. Now at first I didn't like this. It was in the bad idea makeup pile. But then after a couple of listens, I actually like this one. This In My Head kind of goes with Imagine. I love when songs connect, because like Imagine's like imagine a world like that, and then In My Head's about how you've like created a version of somebody in your head and other people don't see that version, only you can see it. I'll put my hands up and say that that's never happened to me. I've never, apart from celebrity crushes, you know, but I've never met them, you know. But with people in real life, I've never created a version of somebody in my head and been kind of deceived into thinking that they are that way. I don't know, I've never had it done, so, but I can understand how it could be done, because I have been the person who has seen people for who they are, but other people don't see it how I see it. Do you know what I mean? Not saying that I saw the true person, well, yeah, I did. I saw the true person who they were, and other people, oh no, they're not like that, and oh no, they'll change, and I'm thinking, no, they won't. But I do like to think that I have a good judge of character, so perhaps that's why. But I have been friends with people who do not have a good judge of character, and they believe that they will change them. I will change them, and I think, no, you won't. No, you won't. So, yeah, I have been on the flip side of that. So I do understand that, definitely. Number 10, Seven Rings. Loved that song. That was great. I know it got a lot of controversy when it first came out because people were saying about how she was shoving money in people's face. But you know what, guys? I mean, I'm not wealthy, right? I'm definitely not wealthy. Look where I film. I film in the corner of my living room. You know, I live in social housing. Like, I am not wealthy, right? But I don't have an issue with it. Like, if she's got it, let her have it and let her show it off. She's worked for that money. You know, if she was blooming, I don't know, like if she, I think people should always remember their roots. You know, always remember where you came from. I don't know where Ariana Grande came from. I don't know. But if she did come from social housing and poverty, let's say, then I do think she should always remember where she came from. But I don't think she should have to live that way just because she used to be that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I all of a sudden became very, very wealthy, I wouldn't live this way. You know, I would always remember where I came from, but I wouldn't purposely not spend money and not buy nice things just because I might offend other people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would not live my life that way, because my attitude is, if you've got a problem with it, then that problem is yours. It's not mine. And that's the way I've always viewed it. So when people were saying that Ariana Grande was shoving money in their face and blah blah blah, like, that's your problem. That Ariana Grande's over there enjoying her flipping money, right? Enjoying buying nice things and enjoying buying her friends rings and blah blah blah. Like, let her do it, you know? Because you're the one with the problem, not her. So you need to look inside yourself and perhaps change your mindset, and then, you know, you'll see how she saw the song. I didn't think it was shoving it in people's face anyway, at all. Then number 11, the title track, Thank You Next. Obviously I heard this one, I have mentioned it before in a video, so I won't go into too much detail, but I liked it. Again, it was about very much, you know, instead of slating her exes, she kind of said thank you, and then just like, next, thank you for the lessons that you've learnt me and the pain, but now I'm moving on, you know? And I liked that, because rather than slating them and dissing them and diss track this and blah blah blah, she just said, you know what, we're over, thank you, next one, you know? And again, the second verse, she goes on a little bit more about self-love and how she's found a new person. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, here we go. But then she says, her name is Ari. And I thought, oh, she's on about herself. See? So I liked that. And then number 12, which is completely flips the album when it says break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored. Now, I know again a lot of people didn't like this song, but I did. I liked this song. I wouldn't kind of condone what the message of the song is. Of course, that, you know, asking someone to break up with a girlfriend just because you're bored and just because you want them is obviously wrong. I think that when two people are together, the only people that should break that off is one of those two, and it should be for a legitimate reason, you know? I don't think you should go up to somebody and ask them, like, oh, can you break up with your girlfriend please, because I'm bored. Like, no, of course not. I would never condone that behaviour, but as a song and as something that you can just drive with, you know, yeah, I liked it. And I think it was a good song. It was a good bop. But there are a lot of things online saying that she wasn't on about a boy, she was on about herself or something. I don't know. I never read into it, but just my initial listen, you know. But yeah. So that's what I thought about each track. Now the album as a whole, obviously there are a few songs that I didn't really like and are skips, and there are some songs that I absolutely love. This album was way better than Sweetener. I don't know why she did what she should have done. She should have pushed Sweetener back or just cancelled it. She should have just cancelled Sweetener and then says, but I'm releasing this instead. I think, right, take a couple of songs from Sweetener, like Breathing, and the other one that I like, what is it, Successful. Take a couple of songs from Sweetener and put them in Thank You Next, because Breathing would have fit with Thank You Next, you know, and then just release that album. That's what she should have done. You know, I don't know what happened with Sweetener. I would love to just sit down with Ariana Grande and talk to her about like what actually happened with Sweetener, without being like critical, but just saying, you know, what made you drop an album, especially an album like that, because that was following Dangerous Woman, and then just decide to release another album 6 months later. Like, what made you, why didn't you just wait and add the Thank You Next songs to Sweetener and take some of the other ones off? Like, why not just do that? I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I loved the album, I really did. I'm going to leave links in the description below so you can listen to it. And yeah, I loved the album. So yeah, I'm glad that she just came out with some more stuff. I'm glad that we got new stuff. I'm glad that she was honest. I'm glad that it was to real life. And I do think that this is more, you know, I don't think it tops Dangerous Woman, you know, but I do think it definitely tops Sweetener, definitely. So, yes. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, because I've got to be quick. Because my camera, I've got a light on my camera that's flashing red, which means it's going to go off any second, so I need to hurry up. So it's making me like rush. Okay, but yeah, love the album. Gonna leave links in the description below. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about, I was going to say Sweetener. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about Thank You Next, and whether you like it, blah blah blah. I can't wait to see what Ariana's got in store next. I know that she's touring at the moment, so I might leave some links to her tour, because is she touring right now, or is it, I don't know whether she's touring right now, but I will leave, I do know she's touring, so I'll leave links to that if you are interested in her tour. And yeah, I can't wait to see what she's got in store next. And I do think that this feels like a closed book now. She's closed a book, and she's ready. Once she's toured, she's ready for a new chapter. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for more videos from me, and make sure you check out make sure you check out my other videos. And I will see you. Oh, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.